everybody, welcome back to RachandBella Crafts. Rachel here, hope you're all well. So for today's video, I want us to make an ephemera holder out of a large envelope. So I have got here in front of me an A4 envelope. I have also then got some bits that I've cut down of DigiKits, some scraps and pieces of paper that I've got on my desk. Mainly the stuff obviously that I'm working on at the moment. So let's get started. Now what I've also done is I have taken, you know, your 12 by 12 cardstock packs. Well, I've taken the back piece of card off the one and I've cut down sections and I've popped them into my envelopes. So you can see them in there. So there's one there and then there's one in the first section. So the first fold that I've done, what I wanted was to have this little fold here because we're going to add something onto that there, and then this here needed to fold in half. So I've folded that in half and then left myself with a nice flap that will go and tuck nicely on the inside. Okay, let me get my ruler a minute to give you the dimensions of that, just so you know what I'm working with. So I folded the first fold down. Oh gosh, it's not anything. Why is it not anything? 14.5 centimeters, which is basically 5 3/4 inches. So that's the size of this panel here and that panel there, and then that leaves me then with the flap of just over 2.5 inches then. Okay, so if you needed the dimensions, I'm going to write those down on here so you can quickly just visualize that. So we're going to call that just over 14. Oh, you're not looking at that here, you're looking at, here we go, 5 3/4 inches, 5 3/4 inches, excuse my handwriting, wrong pen. And then what did we say this was? 2.5 inches. There you go. All right, so for those of you that like a nice visual dimension, and my envelope is a standard large letter envelope. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, like I say, I've already cut down little pieces of card that I've popped inside 2 different sections, so I've got the flaps to go back and forth over that, and like we've also got this extra piece then hanging here. So I'm going to start off by covering the front cover. So I've taken pages from the kit. They are pages that will work vertically because obviously this is wider than my standard A4 paper. So I've gone with the backing papers. There's lots of different backing papers in the kit, and I've picked out ones that will go vertically, so it won't matter which way around they are placed. So I've cut this down, I've measured it all out, I've cut it down so that it'll fit just nicely onto the front cover there. So let's get that glued into place. Right, come on, glue. Oh look, so this is what happens when you do it and then you wander off and then you do something else for 10 minutes. It all just stops working. Okay, here we go. Let's try that again, shall we? It is very, very, very warm here today. Stupidly, myself and the boys were out in the garden this morning trying to do some landscaping. Oh my goodness, I don't know why we bothered. They were both back in the shower by 11:30. It is boiling here. And there's just no breeze. No breeze at all, which is quite unusual for where I am. Because I'm up on the mountain and we've always got a breeze here. But no, not today. There's no breeze. So it's the kind of weather that makes you feel a bit, ugh. Do you know what I mean? Feel a bit icky. Flaky. So there we are. So I'm trying to hide away in my craft room. So that's the first piece there. That's going to go on the front. And then I've cut a section then for the back as well. Make sure I pick up the right piece now. Yeah, I've labelled it back. So I'm going to just pop that again onto there. Leave a little gap for the hinge. I'm going to leave the hinge as it is. We'll probably pop something over that in a moment. But I don't particularly want the bits of paper touching, otherwise they're going to catch. So let's pop that there. That'll soon spread down on it. Okay. So there we go. Oop. Yeah, I'm going to be covered in glue now. You can see it. Let's pop that there. There we are. Leave a nice little bit of space around each edge. Smush that down. And that should open perfect, and it's not rubbing on the one at the front. Nope, that's fine. So front and back are covered. Excellent. Right, let's move to the inside section now. So before we move on, I have cut a piece ready to go over this panel here, but before we do that, we need to add something on to this section here. So the first thing I'm going to do is take another large sheet of paper, and I am going to just mark off first and foremostly the width, excuse me, the width of the piece of paper that's going to be going over this section here. And I just need to cut that down to that size. Excellent. So that now is the size, or just now, right, it is actually the size dead on of the piece that's going to be going into this. So the next thing that I'm going to do now is to cut this piece of paper in half. So I'm just going to quickly measure, work out where my half mark is. It should be 30 centimetres, just shy. So if I take it to there and then mark the 15, there we go. I'm just going to cut that. Now, what I plan to do now is to mark, just going to get my scoreboard up a second, because I just want this to be accurate as I possibly can be. So I'm going to just score this now. Oh, there it is. So that I've got, because basically we're going to make some flaps, so they are going to sit over the top of this like so, and then over the top of that like so. But I'm going to have then a section where they fold behind the piece of paper that's going on the top. So that's what we need to measure out here now. So I'm just going to double check on that. And I'm thinking, because I need there to be enough for it to overlap. That's what I'm trying to say in my gobbledygookness. So if I can look at it like, give it, say, an inch overlap. What's that there? 13. That should be enough there, shouldn't it? And then if I put that in the centre there, and then we should have 3 centimetres, no, 2 centimetres one side, and is that 2 the other side? Yeah, so I'm just going to score that a second now. 1, 2, there we are, and then 2 centimetres that side. Here we go, and fold that back. So that's our flap. There we go. So that will tuck under there like that, and under there like so. Now, what I would really like to do, because obviously this is going to be like a policy envelope cover, what I would really like to do, if I am clever enough, and I'm not sure if I am, I'm going to take one of these envelopes here, and I'm just going to cut around this shape here, because I want it to have that shape there, because obviously this is our boho journal. I just think it'll look really nice. So even then, if only those 2 bits there are overlapping, that'll be fine. So I'm just gonna go and cut that out, because I'm gonna do that by hand, obviously, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've cut these out. Very pleased with the way they've come out. I literally just drew around that, and then I cut them, I put one inside of the other and then cut them together, because I mean that's the best way to ensure that they're going to be the same then, isn't it? So literally they will just drop now over the top and bottom of this like so. And I think to avoid getting any kind of gluing or anything like that, I'm actually going to glue these onto this here, so I know that they're in the right place and they're straight and all is good, basically. So let's do that next. There we go. And this one here. There we go. Marvellous. So now that just needs to pop in there. Now just before I do that, I'm just going to go around and pop a little bit of ink on this piece of paper here, just to give it a bit of an edge. Like so. And then around here. There we go. Right. Marvellous. Love it. Okay, so let's glue that now onto our envelope. go. I do apologise if you can hear gobbling noises. It's just the kids messing about. I do tell them I'm filming, that I think they just either forget or maybe they want to be famous. I don't know. I say to them, you keep making noises or I'm going to put you on YouTube. I'm like, no. Right, well, I did warn you. Camera's rolling. Right, so let's pull that out as flush as we can with the edge there, because obviously I don't want that to interfere with my closure. There we are. No, that's absolutely fine. Perfect. Oh, I love that. There we go. And then we've got those bits opening like so. Yummy. Right. Okay, so the next thing that we need now, you're going to need a sheet of, well, just scrap paper, coffee dye paper I'm going to use. And you're going to fold your paper into a slight concertina. Now, this is the width of an A4. And I've just taken this little bit here off the edge, because obviously it needs to be the length of my envelope. Okay, so I'm using the whole width of the A4 paper to fold down. And basically what I'm doing is I'm creating something to stick here that is going to become pages. Now, if you watched, sorry, I'm not even in frame there. If you watched my altered book last month or the month before, you'll have noticed I left in the altered book like little page stubs to do things on. So this time we're going to do that with an A4 sheet of paper, and we're going to put the pages in. Basically, I didn't want to stitch in to make a signature, but I do need these to be in the notebook or the ephemera holder. So I'm going to have that stick on there like that. So the only thing I have to just watch is that that doesn't catch on that when it closes. I just need to check. I think that'll be fine there. So we leave a little bit of a gap and that should be okay. Right, so I'm going to stick that into place here, and then a piece of paper then will go over that then and cover that over. I've got a piece of paper cut ready to go on to the back panel. Let me just find that a second. Must be the spin here. Yes, it is. Right, so I've got this one here to go on to that page there. I'm just debating now whether to stick this over that or under it. I might actually put it over the top. I was going to put it under, but that's okay there. I'm not worried about that being on show. And I've got something to go over the top of it anyway. But I'm just thinking if I move that back slightly to avoid these flaps catching, and then I'm going to have to cut this, and then there'll be nothing behind there. So I think I'm going to stick this down first, then we'll stick this to this. Yes, that's fine. Okay, so when you stick this piece of paper down, don't stick this side down, all right? It's just working out the order, isn't it, in which you're constructing everything, because it all has to be done a certain way for it to work. Right, so let's put that on there. Oh my goodness, I'm so warm. I'm sorry to moan. Our heat is nothing compared to the majority of your summers around the world, I know that. But we're just not used to it. When it does come, then I don't know what to do with myself. Oh, my days. Mustn't complain. We were moaning the other week that it was too cold. It's just like all of a sudden, that's what it is. We don't get any acclimatization time. It's not like we didn't have spring. It was just cold last week. I mean, I was still lighting my fire last week in the living room at night because I was cold. And now here we are. And I'm moaning I'm too warm. The puppy has just found his voice. I can hear him woofing downstairs. He sounds so funny. He sounds like he got a cold. He sounds so funny. He really does. Maybe I'll just make sure that that bit there is done right the way down. There we go. Okay, so next bit now, we're going to stick this bit onto here like so. And then that shouldn't then catch because they'll be done up. So it's not going to be moving anyway. And then, yeah, that'll be fine. Right, so let's glue this down. Without further ado, let's put that on there. I'm just, again, gluing the 3 sides of that. Most important thing is make sure it's straight. There we are. Perfect. I know what he's barking for. He's just had his din-dins. Oh, he's a monkey. Right, there we are. He wants to play outside, he does, and I won't let him play outside because it's just too hot for him. Holly's all flaked out, love her. She's got more common sense. Right, there we are. Lovely. So that now will do this. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to do, I have cut some strips ready. Oh, I'm super organised today, guys. And I couldn't decide which side, but now looking at the colours next, I think I'm going to go with that one there. So I'm just going to glue, but I'm only gluing this on 3 sides. I'm going to only glue it on 2 sides at the minute because I haven't decided where I'm going to stick stuff. So I'm just going to glue that top and bottom for now. Over that panel there. There we are. Nicely done. And then on the inside, same thing again. Top and bottom. Just a jot of glue there. And a jot of glue there. They're doing operatics now outside the door. What are they doing out there? I don't know. These kids. I don't know, say. I said to them, come in and sing for the people on my video. They'd be like, no, I'm not doing that. Well, if you go out and tell them to be quiet, like, it's all reverse psychology. They've probably forgotten what you're doing because they don't listen to their boys. They're like, yeah, mum, okay. Right, so that's that one there. And then this one, I'm going to fold over the top. Ooh, that's just not sticking now. There we are. And I'll put that over there like so. And again, I'm going to just leave this edge clear in case I want to stick anything inside of there. All will become clear shortly. Put that one there. And that one there. And that one, oh, there. And then we'll pop it in. There we go. And then just curl it over. And that'll be job done. Lovely jubbly. I like it very much. Right, so that's given us now our little flat things to work with. Okay, so the next bit now that we're going to do, I'm just going to, yeah, because we've got a nice long tuck pocket behind there now, look. And I'm just going to do now the back section. So this is the back. I have taken an A4 sheet, so a full sheet of paper, and I've just trimmed it down to the, what's that, the width of the envelope, and I just folded it in half, and that is going to make now a panel on the back, which I'm going to cover over this section here, like so, and then that will then flap in and flap out. You with me? Like so. Okay, so I'm going to just, I'm going to leave that there because it gives it a little bit more stability, I feel, anyway. Right, so let's just start the glue in here and here. Oop. And then I'm going to just pop that there. I just need to make sure that I've got that. Yeah, that seems right to me. The first stick is always the hardest, isn't it? Because it's like, oh, is that going to be right now? Have I got it in the right place? Yeah, that's fine. Right, okay, so let's just glue all the way up here. Glue that down there so it's not being a nuisance. And then all the way up. And I'm going to leave that end bit open there, just in case. No, I'm not. I'm going to glue that down. I don't need that open. I'm going to glue that down. Methinks I'm going to regret doing that, but I don't know why. I'm sure it'll all come to me eventually. There we go. Right. Okay. So now I've got a nice flippy flappy flappy bit there. So that should go over there, and then that should go over there like so. Oh, that was fortuitous. They match. Didn't realise I put the front paper over the back paper. Right. Give that a minute now to just dry off, and then we'll go on with the next bit. Okay, so with the bits and pieces now that I've got left over from the cuts and everything that we've done, we're going to make some little pockets and tucks and things now. So I'm just clearing the decks a minute. Right, so I've gone ahead and cut a few pieces ready, of course. So let's just move this up here a minute so you can see what I'm doing. So I've got 2 pockets now, just this shape, nice simple shape, and I'm going to pop them then, one onto the top flap and one onto the bottom flap, so that then when they go in and out, we'll have nice little tuck spots inside of them. So let's just glue those down now, because obviously this is all about ephemera storage. Oh my word, is that thunder? Finally. Oh, there we go. Here's me saying and praying for a thunderstorm, and now it's going to happen right in the middle of the video. Don't you love that? Guys, you're literally experiencing the weather with me today. There we are. So that's the one there. And then we're going to put one, let me just shut that a minute. One up here then. Down there like that. I'm just thinking to myself, what's left outside? Is there washing on the line? No, there's not. Do you know, everything always happens. I noticed this when the kids were young. Always happens at 3 o'clock weather-wise, because it always seemed to be when you're picking the children up from school. I don't know if it's the same where you are. I don't know whether it's because it's like the height of the day or whatever, but if it's going to rain, it always rains at 3 o'clock. If it's going to thunder and lightning, it always does at 3 o'clock. I know it's something symbolic about that, but yeah, there we go. There we are. And then we're going to put one on here, so we'll have this space then for nice big pieces of ephemera, you know, or like when we've got you know, you've cut out your things, you want to pop them, they should have a nice space then to keep stuff like that in the front section. I can't tell if it's the heat wave or I'm having a hot flash. Oh, it's terrible. I'm really warm, really warm. And it's pointless putting a fan in here because that'll just blow the hot air around. Oh, dearie me. Rachel, stop moaning. I'm so sorry, guys. You know, I know you don't join with me to moan. There we are. Right, okay. Little flap there, little flap. Lovely. We'll put a little closure on there. We'll come back to that. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do, I've taken some of the envelopes out of the kit, and we're going to utilise them in a slightly different way. So we've got this one here. This is the square one. So instead of using it as an envelope, we're going to use it as a little, you know, storage space for ephemera. So I'm just going to pop those edges down there. Oh, I'll be back now. I'm just going to get my brolly in. Hang on, guys. Oh, there we are. Right. Oh, a bit wet, but never mind. Very welcome weather. Right, so as I was saying, take the square envelope, fold in the flaps. I'm going to make these now into little, let me move out of the way a minute. We'll make these now into little tuck spots, pockets, whatever you want to call them. Okay, just glue in the 2 sides. I very nearly went right the way around then. Oh, that would have been a tragedy. Probably should have put a little, I think I might on this one here. Should have put a little, just to indicate it is a little pocket. There we go. And then a bit of ink on there. There we are. Right. And then we've got an up tuck on this one. Okay. So it's all good storage. Just trying to think outside the box. Because I basically did all my fussy cutting last night, and then I was like, oh, I don't know where to put this now. Oh, here comes the rain. I'm so excited. Oh, hear the thunder? Oh my goodness gracious me. It's an atmospheric video for you today, guys. I've had to open the window. I'm absolutely melting. Absolutely melting. I thought it had gotten really hot all of a sudden. See, it wasn't me, it was the weather. Right, now I'm thinking, if I put a ticket there, what else have I got here? Oh, actually, that's quite nice. Maybe I'll use that. Yeah, let's use this. I've got some tickets here, and these are left over from the Welsh ephemera pack that I was using last month, or the month before that. But I'm going to just pop that on there, I think, because I like that. In fact, if I stick it down in, I'll just curve the corner around and you won't know. And then maybe, just maybe, shall I pop that in there like that? And then we've got like a two-step. Yes. Oh, yes, I like that. Yes, why not? Now, you can do all of this with just your bits of scrap papers. You don't have to be using anything specific like I am here. Anything will do, as long as you've got the shapes. Right, let's pop that down there. Oh, I love a bit of thunder. Love a bit of thunder. Always liked the thunder lightning storm when I was a kid. Clears the air, doesn't it, see? There we go. This is very exciting. Waiting all weekend for this thunderstorm. It just hadn't come. It's blooming weather forecasters. They never get it right. And my brolly, well, my garden umbrella, parasol maybe you call it. I've bought one for the last blooming 2 years because every time I put it up and then walk inside, we have a gust of wind and then the thing lifts up out of the table, blows over and promptly ends up bending one of the spokes or something. But not today. I've put it away. I've just got to keep an eye on it. See, weather changes so quickly here. Oh, I hope it'll be a nice bit of summer now after this blinking thunderstorm. There we go. So what I've given myself there now is a big... Oh, I didn't mean to stick that down. Don't stick. A big tuck space here. And then we've got a little semi-pocket then across the front. So you can pop something in there as well, which is quite cute. So it's ideal, see, if you've got those little bits of ephemera that you want stored. And then obviously we've got storage in here. Sorry about the noise of the rain. Storage up here. So you get the picture, right? I'll take those out now while we just affix it in. So let's pop this in here now. And then that'll sit there like that. And this is going to go underneath here. Just like so. And then that will fold then over like that. There we are. I hope none of you need the loo. Oh my gosh, there's cats and dogs out there. Oh, my garden will be cheering. Somebody's out there cheering then. I don't know if it's the man next door or what. Somebody's shouting yay. Right, the second one that we're going to put in, I've taken one of these envelopes and I'm turning it into a coin envelope. So by doing so, I'm just putting this side down, putting this side down. I'm going to just glue around that little flap there. Oh, they're all getting soaking wet picking their kids up. Isn't it terrible? I don't know. It's carnage out the front. I just ran out to shut Shaw's van windows because he's just got in. And he was like, oh no, I left the windows open. He's in the bathroom. And it's just cars everywhere. Because of course they all suddenly realise now that nobody wants to be walking in this weather. And this I plan to put under here. And then we'll glue that then in place there like so. So I'm going to just, but I don't want the whole thing glued because then when we turn this back, I want there to be a pocket in there as well. So in order to do that, I just need to be gluing up that side there and up that side there, basically. So let's just do that now. Dab of glue there and a dab of glue there. And that should be just enough to hold that in position. Yeah, and then this one here I'm going to glue underneath so that it will open out, because obviously we want this one to open out, don't we? So I'm going to just pop a little bit of glue now under here along this flap. And that will glue that then into place. There we go. Perfectamundo. I love it. So that's two there now. We've got a pocket there, the little pockets in there, and then we turn this over and we've got a flap there and we've got a pocket then in here, which should keep that closed. And then you'll be able to pop things then inside of there. But I'm going to just take that out a minute because I don't want it to get any glue on it. Okay, so the next set of pockets are going to be these here. And on these pockets here, just bone fold that down a minute. We are going to place, I've simply taken coffee dye paper, I folded it, I've done a little flap, you know how to make these pockets. I folded it over and I've just made a little shape. These are the ones that I stenciled on the other day. So I'm going to pop one in there and I'm going to pop one in there like so. So where's the glue? Without a moment's to do, let's get that done. I wonder if there's a meteorological reason why we get this weather at 3 o'clock. Because I kid you not, it literally, it just, I don't know whether perhaps we notice it more at 3. But it always used to be the same when I was picking my kids up in primary school. And they'd all be fighting for a space near the school, especially if you had one in a buggy. Oh, nightmare. Gordon Bennett, listen to that. Deary me. It is cats and dogs. Oh, I love them. And they're all in their summer clothes because they've all had sports days and what have you today. Oh, wow. So sorry, I sounded really sympathetic then, didn't I? I do feel their plight. Sorry, I was just thinking to myself, that didn't sound very sympathetic, Rachel. I do feel their plight. It is unfortunate, the timing. Right, okay, so that's those pockets down in place. So the next one we're going to take now is this envelope, which you saw me get out earlier on because I was using the flap. And I'm going to just simply tuck that one down in there. And then this will sit over the top of these then. And we'll have, you know, you'll be able to flap that out. You take that out, what have you. Nice big pocket behind there. You've got text box in there. You've got text box in here. And we've got one in there and then that pocket in there. I will glue these together once I'm done. I just want to make sure that there's nothing else I want to add on. So I'm just holding fire just a moment. Right, okay, let's get the next one done. Okay, so the next one that we're going to do, I've taken a little scrap piece of paper and I fold it in half. And half of it is going to tuck into here. And half of it, I've then got 2 of these lovely ladies. And I'm going to glue them together to make a pocket, and I'm going to just glue this into the in between the 2. Okay, so let's just put that together first so that we know that that's in there and is secure. But we need to make sure that that completely dries inside of there, because obviously that's going to be the inside of the pocket, so we don't want any sticky residue catching on the back of the other one. And then I'm going to simply take these 2 together like this, and I'm going to leave this flap here open, and I'm going to glue everything else together. So I'm going to go around here. And a little tip somebody once said on YouTube, I don't know who it was, but always put your thumb in the side that you're not gluing, so you get them the right way round. If that makes sense. And I'm just very carefully now line these up, because once this is down, it's down pretty much. There we go, I think that's okay. Very nice indeed. And then we've got ourselves a nice little secret tuck spot in there now, but obviously we'll let our glue dry first. I'm just going to go around the edge a minute with my inker. Oh my gosh, there's cats and dogs out there. It really is. It feels so less heavy though. So much less heavy. I'm just glad Cheryl went out with the dogs. Oh my goodness, he'd have been drenched. I remember that happening last summer, and we went out. We had to hide under a tree, and it happened a couple of days on the trot. And it was just absolutely chucking it down. But it always tended to start once you've gone out, you know. Right, and then that will go underneath there like so, and then we'll flip back and forth with a little, well, a nice big actually pocket inside of there. So let's just stick that underneath there now. There we are. I'll just make sure now I've got that on the bend and that it's in the right position. There we go. I hope you can hear me all right. I'm sorry about the noise. There we go. And then that will fold over like so. Lovely. So you can see now how the layers are starting to build now. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Okay, so what's next? Right, well next I'm going to go to the back page next. Sorry to be out of sequence, that's just the way my brain is working. Now I've been a little bit clever. I'm going to toot my own horn here a second, and I worked out today that, crikey, if we ink on everything else, we must be able to print on our glassine bags. I'm sure many of you have already worked this out, but it was a new revelation to me. The process was not without its difficulties, and I'm just going to show you the rest of the page. What I did is I stuck them onto a page and put the page through the printer, like so. So I double backed my washi tapes, stuck them down like that. Pulled all that off there now. But obviously that one went in that space there. But as it came out, it did catch some of the black ink on the inker. So this one wasn't too bad. I caught it fairly quick and tried to rub it off. But you know, I don't think they're, you know, they're not beyond use. I'll just put something over the middle of them. So perhaps I'll just run a bit of washi tape over the centre of that there. But I think they've come out really well. You know, and I left them to dry. So I can't say that the ink ran or anything like that, but I think they look really good. Then they go with my kit. So now I've got my own, what do you call it? Coordinating glassine bags. So there we are, and it was nice and simple. Got a bit of washi left over as well. So I'm going to use one of the glassine bags now on the back. I'm just going to ink with the blue around this one. There we go. So this is another envelope out of the kit, because there are lots of envelopes in the kit. I do like to pop plenty of envelopes in for you, because I know I like to use them for all sorts of things, but they come in really handy when you're doing things with flaps, you see. So I know we did something last month, don't ask me what, I can't remember now. I've slept several times since then, but we did something, and I know somebody commented and said, oh my gosh, I never print off the envelopes, now I know what they're for. So they're not just handy as envelopes, but they're actually really good as ready-made flaps if you're doing like flappy projects. So we're going to do something similar here now to what we did on the other page. I haven't double printed this one. It's just white inside, but that's fine. We're not going to worry about that because it's going to be filled with ephemera anyway. And I'm trying to raise my voice a little bit now over the... It's like a monsoon out there. Oh, it's lovely. And I'm not hot any longer. I'm very sorry for all the people out there that got wet, but it is summer and it's just a bit of rain, so I'm sure they'll all be fine. Get in and dry off, won't they? Right, so what I thought we would do is again make little tucky spots with these. That is some. Do you know what's funny? The dog's been barking downstairs. We were laughing just now because he seems to have just found his voice and he's got his little woof, woof, woof going on. And I wondered if you could hear the thunder come in, because I remember having this conversation once before when a dog was barking. Did the dogs hear thunder coming in the distance? Maybe that's why my other half thought perhaps it was because the washing machine was spinning, but I don't know. You should be used to the washing machine spinning by now. I think you could hear the thunder coming. I thought it was giants or something. Right, so what I thought we'd do is put this envelope underneath the glassine bag. So you'll have the glassine bag then on top to put perhaps nice tall tags in. And then we'll have this little ephemera holder then, that perhaps we can put words or something in, that will flip closed over the top. And I'm then going to place this lovely postcard over the top of that as well. And that'll be a little pocket then in the front of there. So we'll be able to put stuff in there. What do you think? Yeah, good? Okay, so let's glue this to the back of that first so that we know it's in position. There we go. Gosh, that is loud, isn't it? I'm so sorry, I can't shut the window because I'm melting. There we are. Right, there we go. Lovely, lovely. And then I'm going to just pop this on the front, gluing only 3 sides again. There's going to be so many tucks and hidden spots in this thing. It's fantastic. I love it. There we go. Wunderbar. Excellent. Right, and then we just need to stick this down then. So, want to stick this down firmly so that it makes a really good secure pocket. Does that make sense? Because there's no point if it's lifting up off the page, as it needs to be really well stuck. Right, so let's pop that there like so. Line that up with the edge. Very nice. Yes, I like that. Let me just glue that bit there because that's lifting. There we go. How cool does that look? So we've got a little flap there then. We've got little, be able to put things in here, things up here, like so. And that will close, come around, you can put things in here, and then you can put big things then down in here. Perfect, love it. Okay, so what's next? I hear you say. Right, well the next step now is, I'm trying to remember why I had that folded by there. The next one now, we're going to take a piece of paper. This is, where's my ruler? Just over 7 inches by 5, okay? I'm folding it in half, and I'm going to make a side opening pocket out of it. So I'm just going to ink around there a minute. So we're going to glue up just the 2 sides again. And then the front. There we are. So we're going to glue just up these 2 sides here, here, and here. Okay, fold it closed. Wonderful. And then, so we've now got ourselves a nice little side opening pocket there. Okay, and then I'm going to just stick this then to the front, again leaving one side open for us to put anything in there that we might want to hide in there, or ephemera in there, or whatever. Okay, so again let's just glue around the 3 sides. There we go, and just pop that straight onto the top like so. Wonderful. And then we're going to glue this then onto here like that, and again just going to glue down the 2 sides there. Okay, there we are. Marvellous. And then we've got ourselves a little pocket behind there, and a pocket in there, and a pocket in there. So I'm going to just leave that down there a second for it to glue itself down nicely. Then here, what I'm going to do here is again the same thing. We're going to make ourselves a little pocket. So let's do this one in blue this time. I'm going to glue up the sides. I'm going to leave the little flap over on the edge open. And we're going to pop an envelope in this one. And we'll just make sure we ink both sides, because obviously they'll all be on show. Excellent. We're going to glue then down here. And we're going to glue up down here. The best thing about this project is we're using up all the little scraps. So these bits here are all the bits that I cut off the bottom because I was using the kit lengthways. So obviously I was losing like a good 1/3 of the page. So that's what we're utilising now to make all of these little flips and flaps and folds. And then we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to glue this on just there and there. I'm going to pop that on there like so. And then we've got a little envelope here out of the mini envelope set. Let me just ink around there. There we are. And we can pop little tickets and things in there, look. So that goes in there very nicely. That's going to go inside of here, like so. And then I'm going to place this, make sure I'm using the right ink now for this. I love this image. This is out of the Ephemera kit. And I'm going to place that like so, and I'm going to leave that corner open so that the little flap can tuck itself away in there and it's not getting caught on anything. There we are. There we go. Perfect. And now down the back of here, we will then have space to put things like that. And I don't know what else have I got here. Things like that. Oh, he's upside down. I do apologise, Mr. Elephant. And they'll be able to tuck nice and neatly then in behind those pockets there. Okay. Oh, no, that should have gone down in. Oh, no, that is right. It will go down there, won't it? Yeah. But we'll find something that's backed so that it looks tidy from the outside. Okay, but you get the idea. All right. Right, so let's just have a quick look and see now where we are at. So that just needs the cover putting on the front there. We've got this little fold out here, tuck spot, tuck spot, tuck spot. Very nice. Envelope, put small things in. Tuck spot, very nice. Massive pocket in here. Pocket, 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 envelope, huge tuck spot there. And then we've got a pocket here. We've got a little ephemera holder here. Place to pop out tags in here. I think we're almost done. I think we need something on here now, don't we? Right, okay, let's have a think about that. Okay, so I have got the other square envelope here. I have trimmed the edges of the flap down to make them into more of a triangular shape. And I've also inked this with my pink ink. I'm going to stick that down then onto this page, and then the idea is then I'm going to place this one over the top to act as well, an anchor, but also as another pocket, and that will sit then here like this. And you'll open this, you'll have a pocket there then, and then this will open up, ephemera holder, and we'll have a little tuck spot then inside of there. So that works for me. So let's glue this down, I think. Now the reason I've inked that flap is just because visibility wise, you could see the white. I hadn't double printed this one, so you could see the white behind. So I've just put the pink ink on there, then it'll all just blend into one. And I'll place that on there like so. And pop that there like that. There we go. So we've got ourselves a nice deep tuck pot there, tuck spot even. We can plonk our ephemera in and out of there like that. That's fine. And then here, I'm going to just place this little postcard on the side here like that, and then we can use it as a little tuck spot to just pop things behind. And I think that'll work out just nicely, because sometimes you have something that's just a bit too big for a pocket, and that'll go in there just nicely. And then I'm going to just put this one here like this and make a little pocket out of that. So it's going to be lots and lots and lots of pockets and tucks and flips and all sorts of things. I have no idea how long this video has taken me, so I hope it doesn't take too long. Otherwise we'd be doing this in 2 parts. I don't like doing that. Right, because you don't come back. There we go. I'm going to pop her on there like that. I'm not going to make this one into a pocket because, actually I might leave the top open. yeah, maybe I'll leave the top open and then I can pop something behind there then if need be. I just didn't want to add too much bulk. That's all right. Here we are. She looks very bohemian on there, doesn't she? Is that straight on it? Yeah, there we are. So we've now got flap, flap, fold, fold, flap, 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 fold, fold, envelope, pocket, 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 flap, pocket, 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 flap, pocket. Now the last thing that we need to do now is to just make ourselves a little closure for this. So I just need my circle cutter. Perhaps we'll use these. Shall I use that or shall I go with blue? No, let's use the blue. So we've got a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Contrast. That's the word I was looking for. Right, let me glue these together first. Oh no, if I do that first, I won't get the thing through it. No, scratch that idea. I'm just going to cut them. One. And then two. I'm going to glue them together to make them a little bit stronger. That storm's been rumbling a while now. It's moved on now, I think. It's quieter. Not quite so overhead. I think it's stopped raining now as well. That's a shame, I was enjoying that. Right, okay. Oops, let's take that off there. So I just need some brads. I wonder if they're in here. Oh gosh, what's the chances of that? I've got some pink ones in there as well. Marvellous. If I can get to them. Come on. Oh, hold on a sec. Tipping them all out. Right, one and two. Two little brads. And I'm going to just use my cork and my oar to do this because I only need to make a little hole. So I don't want a big thingy-majigamy. Right, so first things first, let's make the hole in the centre of these. There we go. Right. Now, let's pop that one there. In the middle. Through there while I start on the thing. There we go. I'll tell you what I forgot to do then was ink the thing. Let me just do that quickly. There we go. Because there's a difference that makes. Silly Billy, don't forget to ink your little circle bits for now. There we are, so that's both of those on there now. And I'm just going to pop this little bit of twine under there. Twirling round. There we go. And then move that around there. Like so. There we go. Excellent. And then I'll just cut that off. And that's that bit done. Excellent. Okay, so what else have we got left to do? Well, decorate the front. I know what I'm going to pop on the front of there. So that will go in there like that. That's the only thing I have to watch there. That's irritating me a bit, but there we are. Just have to be careful. I wonder if I might take that off. Just trim that bit off, otherwise it's just going to get bent anyway, isn't it? And then I'm going to put a cover onto the front, and then we put a bit of a closure on it, and then, oh, got to put a pocket on the back, haven't we? Right, so let's get the front cover. So I'm going to pop, I've done it this, this is what I'm going to be using as the closure. So I've put that on there ready, because I'm now going to add this bit of lace over the top, and then I'm going to pop my pretty lady over the top of that then. But I want the closure to be kept in place, so it doesn't move about and come undone. There we go. Pop that down there flat. There we go. Let's pop the lace over the top, like so. And then I'm going to pop our pretty lady then over the top of that. And give it all a bit of time to dry then. And it'll be marvellous. There we go. Better. There we go. I may need to put a bit of fabric tack down there, but I'm going to just leave that now to dry for a minute, and then we'll see how we're looking. Okay, so for the back pocket, I'm going to use a piece of pink cardstock that has been embossed. This was sent to me by Laurie. And I'm going to just pop that on there. That'll make a nice, thick, solid pocket then on the back, where anything tall, like tall tags and things like that, can go on there then. Lovely. Okay, so she's all finished. I am super pleased with my cute little ephemera holder. So I'm going to give you a little flip through. So I've popped a bit of lace onto the back, and now my back pocket holds my tags and my large images there. And then if we open it up inside, oh, I'm so excited. I have very gluey fingers, so I do apologise. Here we go. Now, inside the front wallet, you will see I have popped my little flags into here, so they're nice and handy to catch hold of. And again, the same in the top here. We've got, I've popped my flags into that top pocket there as well. There we go. Sorry, nice close up of my hand for you then. And then in this centre section here is just the right size for these very large images of these lovely ladies, because they wouldn't fit into anything else, but they go in there perfectly. So that's that section done there. Then I've popped a little thing on the front here to pop some little tickets into, so they're in there out of the way. And I've also just made a little stack ticket holder, and then that I can pop all my little tiny ephemera pieces into there. I've added this little thing on the front here. I've popped half a butterfly on there, just embellished it a bit. And then inside we've got these little pockets we made earlier, and they're stuffed to the brims now, full of all my little fussy cuts, finally. And then we turn this page back, and then here I've got my short tags. They're holding closed my coin envelope, which is stuffed to the gills with all my mini photographs. So they all go in there quite nicely like that. Then here we've got a little flap open here. Oh, I didn't think to put anything in there. Oh, there we go. I've got bits and pieces here now to go in. I've run out of space. So these can go into here now. So I've got extra words to be kept safe, so they can be tucked in there nice and tidily. And then that one can go in there like so. And then if I cut this one off, these can go in here out of the way. So of course we've got space in there, and then of course there's a tuck space here, like so, and then of course there's a tuck space up above there as well. So that's that section there. Of course I had that open when I was filling it all up. I forgot about that pocket. Then, so inside is really stuffed. Then here we've got this lovely large pocket, and I've put the rest of my lovely journal cards with those lovely ladies in there, nice and safe. We've got that little pocket in here. We've got pockets in here, and I've popped some journal cards into the back of that, and I just made sure I turned one around so that it's actually go nice together. We've got a little pocket down here for us to pop in a photograph, or you can put words or whatever you like in there. And then here I've got small tiny ephemera pieces in there. I've put an extra little pocket on here to put all my words in. This has got all the words and everything else that's in there ready to go. In here then I've got another journal card, and then tucked behind that I've got the other journal cards as well. If I can just catch hold of those a minute. There we go. So I've got those in behind there as well. So it's a nice little storage space for those. And that goes all the way back then behind there. And then in here I've got my longer pieces of ephemera. So they're all tucked away in there nicely. And then up here then we've got some shorter pieces as well. So that is my ephemera holder stuffed to the gills. I think it looks fantastic and I really, really love it. I'm going to pop it down like that. There we are, it just seems to sit better like that. And most of, not all, but then I did print out like 2 sets of my ephemera, but most of it has gone in there now. So now at least I know if I need to grab stuff for my boho journal, it's all there nice and safe. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today. I hope it wasn't too long, but I just felt that it was really important that we have an ephemera folder. I want to do something a little bit different from the normal ones that I do with the, you know, the pockets and everything. I just thought it was a bit interesting with the flips and the flaps. So I hope you enjoyed that. We are nearing to the end of our 100 days now. I think this is day 88 today. So I hope you're enjoying it. There is a playlist if you want to catch up on any of the ones that have gone before. Don't forget the collaboration. We've got Savera today from Trinketz 21. Brilliant video, and then tomorrow we've got Kate from Pixiekdesigns. So have a wonderful evening everyone, and I will see you very soon. Take care now. Bye bye.